The head of the Russian Armed Forces General Staff Valery Gerasimov asked his closest American counterpart Joseph Dunford to assist his country in jointly stabilizing Syria. Reuters reported that the proposal to cooperate on the repatriation of refugees and reconstruction projects in the Arab Republic was met with an icy reception by U.S. decision-makers, though this could have been expected considering that Washington had previously said that any assistance that it might provide to the government-controlled areas of Syria would be tied to the implementation of UNSC 2254's constitutional reform and new elections. Furthermore, President Assad declared in late June that his government wouldn't accept reconstruction funds from the same countries that contributed to destroying his own. Though if the leaked details of Gerasimov's message to Dunford are to be believed, then Russia's assessment is that Damascus lacks the equipment, fuel, other material, and funding needed to rebuild the country in order to accept refugee returns, hence the reason for reaching out to the U.S. While there were high hopes that Presidents Putin and Trump might have reached an understanding on Syria during Helsinki Summit, it appears as though expectations might be dashed after this latest setback. The U.S. veritably has an interest in focusing its reconstruction efforts and post-war development projects on the Kurdish-controlled proxy state in the northeastern agriculturally and energy-rich corner of the country that it's already deployed roughly 2,000 troops to, so there's a certain logic to rebuffing the latest Russian offer. Even though the Kurds and Damascus have reportedly entered into talks with one another, this is unlikely to lead to the dissolution of the U.S. protectorate and will probably find a way to formalize it through mutually acceptable compromises that figure into the ongoing constitutional reform process. Although the leaking of Gerasimov's proposal to Dunford was probably done by Trump's deep state enemies in a desperate attempt to undermine what they may have feared was the president's secret deal with Putin, it inadvertently harms the U.S. soft power standing because it confirms that America doesn't really care about the welfare of the Syrian people or the return of refugees from the region and beyond in spite of its repeated statements to the contrary over the years. Making humanitarian and developmental assistance conditional on political factors is Machiavellian to the core but unsurprising to those who have a solid understanding of the cynicism behind American strategic planning. It's also proof that the U.S. is indirectly weaponizing refugees and developmental assistance in order to advance its objectives, something that its supporters have always denied but which is now undebatable.